Hello, my name is Hannah Fishburne, Director of the Center for Teaching and Learning. I'm going to spell my name for you because it's easy to spell wrong, and if you spell it wrong, I don't get your emails. We want to introduce you to a new tool that we have available thanks to one of our innovative professors. This is called a Lightboard. Currently we have a tabletop model which is pretty small. I am seated at the time. There's not a lot of walking around. I mean, this is pretty much the space I have. However, we are going to build a larger one that will be something more like chalkboard sized, where you're able to walk around and write or draw more, similar to the space you would have in the classroom. I want to give credit to John Brittingham and Matt Bernico, who built the first model that we're using here right now. If you want to use the Lightboard, you're going to hear more about it from John, like I said, in a minute. He's going to tell you not only what it's good for, but also how to set it up. If you want to do a DIY Lightboard, that's great. But again, we do have one that you can use, so you can save yourself a lot of work.
So you think you want to use a Lightboard? Well, congratulations on your excellent life choices. If used correctly, a Lightboard can do amazing things in terms of demonstrating for students and for anybody who's watching conceptual relationships that are best expressed visually. And it also lets you look at your audience rather than having to constantly turn around and write on a board. So, if you want to use a Lightboard, you're going to have to use a couple of things. Actually, it's a lot of things. It's kind of involved. So, hang on to your pants. All right, so now we have our Lightboard set up. In fact, one of the weird things is that right now I'm like putting my hands like this, it looks like nothing is really happening, but in a moment you'll see why that's not just madness, all right? So with the Lightboard, you want to consider what you are trying to teach, what you're trying to convey, how you're trying to convey it. It works really well for some disciplines and some units within a discipline, and for others, it's not very good. So for example, I did a video where I had to talk about Venn diagrams. And so I had to draw a lot of Venn diagrams. By the way, I hate Venn diagrams, but I did it anyway. You're welcome, Christina. And so here, I'm able to visualize what's going on with the Venn diagram, all right? So I can talk about different relationships here, and I can write while I am speaking, and it looks as though I am talking to you, but I'm also able to have a visual aid created on the fly. Now, another thing to keep in mind is that when you're writing, you are going to be able to see what you're laying out there, but it's going to be backwards for whoever's watching it. The best thing to do is become really good friends with people who know how to use video editing software. Then what you do is you say, hey, lovely person who knows things that I don't know how to do, can you maybe reverse the frame so that I'm able to be seen, be seen in a legible manner. Another tip to keep in mind, visual tip, is you don't want to write directly in front of yourself. If I want to play tic-tac-toe directly in front of my face, now I'm obscuring two things, both my face and also the shot. Because this visual right here is sort of blending with my face or with my clothes. Like you might be writing something down here and you don't realize that it blends with your face, and as a result, it's illegible. And you've just lost that shot. Because the better shots that you get, the easier it will be to get a high quality video and a high quality lesson. If you have bad shots, it's really hard to put that together into something that can convey the information you want and can elicit the kind of educational experience that you want your students to have. And the best thing to do is to come prepared with the material you want to talk about ahead of time so that you can set up and go. I write scripts ahead of time so that I know what I'm going to say, and so that I can also be ADA compliant and post them along with my YouTube videos. And there you go. So come prepared, be ready to do a little bit of work for setup, but then you get to do cool things like this. So.
A couple tips, as you can see, I am wearing gray and I have letters on my shirt. That's actually really a bad idea for what we're doing because we reversed the shot. So I put on my commencement robe, which is a bit much for today, but now I'm wearing black. And now the beautiful thing is I can write here and you can read it because neon on black works, whereas neon on gray would not work. So we do recommend that you dress in dark clothing. If you prefer a white background, the lighting gets a little different, but you can use a white background, white clothing, and black marker. It's a sharp look, though, to have black background, black clothing, and the neon marker. So that's what I'm doing here today. Just email us at CTL, which stands for Center for Teaching and Learning, at greenville.edu if you want to use it. Or talk to Jody Naert or myself. I'm also going to spell her name because that's tricky too. Jody with an E, okay? Naert. She is our instructional designer, and any of us would be happy to help you. We hope you find this tool interesting, and hopefully you can use it if it would enhance one of your courses. Thank you.